Finally have a garden shed to get rid of all of the lawn and garden equipment from inside my shop. So this is going to be a completely utilitarian storage solution. Don't really care how the inside of this looks, just as long as it holds everything and is organized. There's a lot of really expensive ramp options that you can pick up for loading and unloading a lawn tractor like this, but because my slope right here isn't crazy, I can manually push this in and pull it out without any problems. So that's the route I'm going to go. 2x10x8 pressure treated boards are way cheaper than ramps, but I want these to be less than 8 foot in length so that they will store in here. The whole shed is 8 feet front to back, but that includes the wall thickness on both sides. So I've got like 7.5 feet to play with. So I'm actually going to cut a foot off of each one of these boards so they'll go inside there. But as I cut that off and reduce the length, the angle will change, and I'm already getting right about there. That wheel comes in contact with the threshold. It's just the wheel, and it rolls over it no problem, but by increasing the angle, by reducing the length, that may be a little bit of a problem. So the offcut that I'm going to make right here, I'm actually going to put underneath the wheel at about that location to elevate the back wheels a little bit as it meets that contact point. These elevated blocks make it a little bit more difficult to push on and off, but the impact of the wheel on the deck is drastically reduced. It barely touches now. And obviously the easiest way to load it up is to just drive it in. The main reason I even cut these boards was so that they could store next to the lawnmower inside the shed. The interior of the shed is just wall studs with exterior metal siding. And I want to utilize some of this wall storage over here, but the lawnmower is going to be in the way most of the time. So anything that I put on here is stuff that's not going to be accessed often. And I actually want to use the old cabinets that were in my old assembly table to put up on this wall. I don't use cabinet storage that often, so it'll be a perfect spot to put the cabinets and still reuse them instead of throwing them away. This is a great way for me to use up some cabinets that I needed to get out of my shop, and it's also a great way to store stuff out of the way that won't be used frequently. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get to as it is right now because I have to reach over my lawnmower, but all I have to do is just push the lawnmower out of the way and I have good access to it. For the other half of the back wall, I want to have some type of shelf or smaller workbench area, not necessarily to do work on, but I want to have my backpack equipment at waist height before I go to mess with it. I originally built this low profile cart for my shop and it never really worked out. So I put it outside and it's been collecting crap ever since. Luckily the weather didn't get it too bad. It's discolored everything, but it's not structurally affected at all. So I elevated it a little bit with some blocks to make it into 2 shelves, and the top shelf will really make the backpack gear easier to take on and put off, or to put on and take off. And I secured this to the wall with some 3-inch screws. All of my rakes and shovels and stuff like that can hang from screws, nothing fancy. I want to utilize this wall space without covering up the window, so I'm going to hang all of my rakes and shovels and anything with a handle on it, a long handle, I'll hang from this wall right here. Because it's a bunch of handles, the light will pass through just fine, and I still get to use this wall for storage. This was definitely a pretty productive day. I got everything accomplished that I wanted to get accomplished, and I got everything in the shed that I wanted to get in the shed. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.